Beautiful. Hello everyone and welcome back to Avoca-duo. I'm Alex.
I'm Fan.
We're making pizza today.
Yeah, we are.
If you want to know the recipe for the pizza, it will be in the description.
It will.
If you want to see how to make
this,
then carry on watching.
you haven't even said what we're doing today.
Pizza.
No, it's a Domino's Meateor vegan pizza.
Just in case you didn't hear that, it's a Domino's vegan Meateor pizza stuffed crust. That was good. For our meat on this pizza, we are using a Linda McCarthy vegetarian sausage and Asda's meat-free meatballs. And they are just going in the oven for their recommended cooking times. Up next, I thought I'd replicate spicy beef. So we're using meat-free mince from Asda. I added about 1/3 of a cup of the mince into a saucepan. And then I added a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander. So I just finished it off with some salt and some pepper. And then I just gave it all a little mix together to really bring out those flavours, combine them. Poured the spice mix over the beef and then just added a few generous glugs of Frank's hot sauce to really give it that spicy flavour. In a separate saucepan, I cooked some corn fajita strips. These ones are vegan friendly, so just check the labels. And I just cooked those for their recommended cooking time. Although we did leave them in the saucepan for a bit and they did brown off a bit extra, but don't matter.
To make the dough, I'm using Tesco's own brand pizza mix, and I'm using 2 bags and adding 200 millilitres of lukewarm water to the mixer, and I'm just allowing that to mix for around 5 minutes as I add a little bit more water. Once that has all thoroughly mixed together, I'm just taking it out, I'm kneading it a little bit more with my hands, and then I'm going to roll it up into a little ball and leave it to prove for a further 10 minutes. And add some cling film over the top just to make sure it stays nice and warm. So the 10 minutes is up, and as you can see, it is around about doubled in size. So what we're going to do is take it out, and now it's down to Alex.
Once the dough was done proving, Fern knew who the pizza master was in this relationship. 3 years at Pizza Hut, I'll have you know. I placed the dough on some greaseproof paper that was on a baking tray. I placed some flour down on the greaseproof paper before I put the dough down, just to get rid of any more of like the stickiness of the dough. This was just to stiffen it up a bit. I don't know if that's the right term. But then I used my 3 years of pizza practice to pull this dough out to the shape of the baking tray. We used the original flavour block of Violife. This is a vegan-friendly cheese. Fern cut it expertly into slices, and then I folded them in half and placed them around the perimeter, that's a good word, perimeter of the pizza. Once the cheese was all placed, I folded the dough over the cheese, and I used a fork to prick around the side of the dough just to push the dough down as far as I could to really seal in between the cheese and the dough, make sure none of the cheese came through. After all that was done, I placed some passata down on the dough. In the passata, I just mixed some mixed herbs. With a stuffed crust pizza, you want to get your passata up to the edges. That's vital. We then used the free-from grated mozzarella from Tesco's. Just did a covering over the passata. You want to do just a general coverage, just to make sure that the passata doesn't burn underneath the cheese. After the cheese was placed, I got my, that looks a bit naughty, shake that, there we go. The sausage and meatballs out and sliced them into nice little individual slices. I cut up an onion, I think that was half an onion, and 1 mushroom. We had 2 out, but just 1. Next is the part where you want to actually decorate your pizza. With the meatballs, sausage and chicken, I kind of placed them around so that every slice had an equal amount, or as equal as I could amount on. We were planning on cutting this into 6 pieces. With the spicy beef, I just sort of scattered it around. Onions, mushrooms and jalapenos the same, just general scattering. Fern then made some garlic butter. You just want to paste the garlic butter around on the crust. That just makes sure nothing burns and also gives the stuffed crust part of the pizza a really nice flavour. And then just to really seal everything in, you want to put some grated mozzarella on top as well. The pizza then went in the oven. The time said between 15 and 20 minutes, so just check it after 15. If you think it needs a little bit more time, like we did, then leave it in for the full 20.
While the pizza is in the oven, I have soaked some cashews in some boiling water. I've just drained them and I've added them to my Ninja Blender cup, and I'm adding 3/4 of a cup to the cashew nuts, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and a pinch of salt. I'm just whizzing those together until smooth. Once it's made this creamy mixture, I'm just adding a cup of the cashew cream to the bowl. Then I'm using Tesco's mayo, which is one of the best that we've found, a sprinkle of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 2 pinches of mixed Italian herbs, and we just tweaked this recipe just by adding a bit more of all of these ingredients to get it to the flavour that we really liked.
Bon appetit, as they say. And that is me and Fern's vegan Domino's pizza with garlic herb sauce.
This is our Domino's Meateor pizza. This is our old order that we always used to place whenever we had Domino's, and most of the pizzas that you have when you go out, they don't do stuffed crust options, so we gave it a go today and it did turn out really well. It turned out pretty good. We haven't tried it yet, so of course we've got to try it. We've also got our garlic and herb dip, which you always get with your Domino's for your stuffed crusts or crusts in general.
If you don't get that sauce, then you're crazy.
The chili beef you did's good.
Everything I do, yeah.
Ah,
Thank you.
jalapeno. Can't forget the jalapeno. Ah, not bad. I ain't far off it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Shall I finish off the bit that you've had?
If you
didn't
like.
even try any stuffed crust, man.
I'll try it after you finish. That jalapeno was hot.
I'm gonna try a bit of the actual pizza now.
Pizza tastes good.
As always.
That dip ain't bad either.
Yeah. And I'm the, as we say, less articulate of the two.
Job well done.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
I wouldn't use that grated cheese. The one thing I'd change about this is the mozzarella grated cheese that we used has this really horrible gloopy texture when it melts and it gets stuck in your teeth. So I'd probably just stick to grating the Violife because that's what Pizza Hut use now, and that would make this a lot better. Plus you can taste that coconutty flavour, whereas Violife have nailed it and it's quite creamy, their one. So that is the one thing that I'd probably change. But apart from that, it's pretty damn good.
Ace. So thank you for watching this video. Next week, we're going to be doing the sandwich video that we said we were going to do last week.
That one was quite time consuming, so it's taken a little bit while,
Yeah.
a little bit longer to do. But we will have that one next week. This one's quite quick. Nice Friday night dinner.
And plus Cam suggested in the last video to do a pizza, so
there you go.
that's for you, buddy.
Great idea.
Thank you Cam.
That was an awful wink.
I can't really wink very well.
Wow.
My lazy eye, you'd think I've got a head start as well, but no. Anyway, we'll see you next week with sandwich fillers.
Hey!